Hello everyone, Maryann here, revealing light, tarot, astrology and spirituality. Wherever you are in the world when you're watching, a huge shout out to you. I meant to mention in my last video, although it was only a quick record, that in the video before that, I think it might have been titled Will 47 Make a Full Term? Anyway, something like that. There were several very distinct orbs in that reading. Many of the viewers have time-stamped them, so if you go back to that reading and look for those timestamps, you'll be able to see them. One in particular was a winged orb that came down from this side of me and went into the cards. Another was a fairly significant, larger orb that was sort of moved to the side, to this side of me. Anyway, there are timestamps there if you want to go back and have a look. Thank you all for your likes and subscriptions. Welcome to new subscribers. Every week when I come on, I just want to shake my head. I can't even attempt to cover the absolute shock that has happened in the short time. Even in the last 3 days, you will know that, of course, his Colombia has pushed back and said they won't be. Well, they refused to let the military aircraft land. Now, many of you don't know this, but President Biden has been sending flights to Colombia and other South American countries with asylum seekers who don't meet the criteria or they're being deported in some way. Those flights have been going on in the last 4 years. Quite frequently, and I've shared that on my Blue Sky account if you want to look at the numbers, because people track the planes. What is different about this time under Felon 47 is that he shackled them, and they were offloaded off the plane in shackles, hands and feet shackles, or feet shackled. And the Colombian president said, we will not let these planes land here until you treat our citizens with more respect and dignity. So for people who are running a narrative, Colombia doesn't want these people back, that is just utter BS. They've been accepting planes up until now, when Felon 47 showed absolute disregard for human rights in their deportation, shackling them. Imagine if Australia sent refugees back to their country in shackles, on a military flight in shackles. Anyway, Colombia has said we're not accepting any more under those conditions. Felon 47 has slapped 25% tariffs on them, and Colombia's slapped back and put 25%. They actually have the US has a trade surplus with Colombia, not a deficit. And again, utter madness. Anyway, Colombia has slapped back with their own 25% tariffs. Venezuela's not accepting immigrants back. I mean, the whole South America thing is ready to blow wide open. Already a trade war has begun with Colombia, and we'll look at what else is there to follow. We know that Canada's preparing for a trade war. We know that other countries are going to slap their own tariffs on the US. And the question is, how much longer can this chaos go on before people who have the power to either push him back, or in the longer term, if this is a spiralling downwards, remove him from power? I hinted at that possibility that things would get so bad, that there would be no other choice but to remove him from power. When we said he was in cognitive decline, we meant it. Okay, all right, let's get started. It's Australia Day here. I am very patriotic Australian. I love my country. However, it celebrates a day when Australia was discovered by the English and deemed to be uninhabited, when in fact Indigenous people had been occupying this land for 60,000 years. That's the logic and the facts of it. and you can't escape those facts no matter what you want to believe. So on the one hand, I celebrate the birth of my nation. I love my country. On the other, I'm conflicted about how that feels if you're an Indigenous person in Australia, if you're an Aboriginal or a Torres Strait Islander in Australia. So anyway, it's a public holiday here, and it's a very quiet day nevertheless. But let's get started with today's reading. Gaza. The Felon 47 has talked about ethnically cleansing Gaza. Remember in my annual predictions I hinted that, or I saw, and everything is a possibility until it actually happens. That's the thing with predictions. They're predictions and they remain untested until they either happen or they don't. I saw that Gaza may not exist after 2025. There are always different possibilities, and I want to see if the world's going to answer this back. But anyway, let's start with a question that's been on my mind. We talked about oligarchy and serfdom, like a feudal system, that parts of the world, including the US, were starting to resemble that. I could say there are shades of it in my country as well, where the very rich and minimum wage is not rising, and, savings off the back of workers' hard-earned sweat and toil, and the Pluto in Aquarius scenario where it is about people power, where it is about people finding their power again and rising up. So there's a revolutionary theme to all of this. I want to see if there is a global cabal. Well, I don't know if cabal's the right word, an order, a global order that is pulling Musk's strings and in turn pulling Trump's or F-47, Felon 47, F-47 strings. Is there a global... Well, first of all, what do you want to show me? Is there a global order? A global order of whether it's, you want to repeat the conspiracies, the Rothschilds. I don't know names, but is there a global order that are pulling strings? So I'm focused again on discovery of new things, whether it's AI and I'm seeing that they are seeking to discover new ways, of course, of accelerating or growing their own wealth, and it's almost like an exploration. And they're doing that through F-47s upending the US order. So let's see. So is there a global order that are pulling strings through Musk and then through F-47? Whether he knows it or not, is there a global order? What can you show me? Is there a global order? So I'm seeing Roman ships where they had everybody rowing, soldiers rowing. There's something around, again, I mentioned Australia Day and the conquering of the discovery of this land. That seems to be a theme that's playing through my clairvoyant images. Empire building. All right. As always, the Hermit card comes through. I'm using the Cosmic Tarot, comes through reverse because I am reading reversals. I reversed every fourth card and then I shuffled them all up. And the Hermit is with really acute isolation and withdrawal. And then we get the Magician, the plan's going wrong. So that is interesting. It's a lack of manifesting because of an isolation or withdrawal. This leads me to my next question. Is F-47 a loose cannon for them? Let's keep going. The moon is something underneath the surface. a volatility, it's a lunacy. I have no doubt that F47 is actually mad. There's a madness there. The moon, volatility, things that are hidden beneath the surface. Three of Pentacles in the past. This has been an old, this is people coming together to build things. Some could even be located in Europe, for example. I don't know why I got to draw to Europe. All right, let's keep going. The Temperance and moderation is in the sky. This might be too much, too quickly, too obviously for the Temperance card to be in the sky. The Princess of Wands might be taking the first tentative steps. We should look, or any investigative journalist should look very closely at who, aside from, well, first of all, Musk's connections, and who, aside from Musk, have donated beyond tech people. I think the answer is in who financially propelled him forward. The Two of Pentacles in the here and now. This is juggling. This is overreach. This is decision time. And the Prince of Swords, the truth, just emerging so very quickly. He's overreached. I think I suggested that. There's a huge overreach here. The Four of Pentacles is in the hopes and fears. You might watch for him being undermined, information being leaked. It looks like he may have gone too far. And the Princess of Cups not hearing about something. It's not emerging. She has her hands over that information being withheld. We have the Sun card, full illumination, clarifying that. So we're sort of in the dark, and then we have the Death card, which is the end of something, and the Tower. Oh, this was in relation to this new order. I mean, did they plan much of this, and has it really gone off track? We have a tug of war. We have boundaries which have failed. We have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles, having everything you need, and justice. The Eight of Pentacles. Whatever was planned to put him in power and unmake a lot of things seems to have gone too far. Too far. He thinks he's answerable to no one, as did Musk as well. Let's have a look then. Do they think he's gone too far? Because trade wars, for example, are a risk for everybody. Does he think? Do they think he's gone too far? Show me, what can you... So there is some of this was planned by design. But it's like they're included in this as well. It's a Russian roulette wheel is what I'm getting. Russia. I'm not saying they are the world order that have planned all this. I'm saying that they could be a part. The oligarchs are amongst the richest people in the world. Do they think that he's gone too far? Do they think Felon 47 has gone too far? They want to slow things down. It's like a children's bike. And someone's got their hand on the wheel, stopping it from going any further. Do they think he's gone too far? The Two of Cups, the deal. He's broken some kind of deal. We get boundaries overshadowing that. Because you don't want to anger the collective so much that they rise up against you. The Magician, the manifestation, not manifesting. The Four of Swords in the past, mobilizing. People are stepping forward. The Ace of Cups. There's not a new start. This is just a volatility here. Maybe it hasn't gone to plan, and we get the Ace of Swords, the truth emerging. Again, watch for information that could be leaked about him. We get new starts here in relation to this question, and death is the end. Is in the atmosphere around the ending of something. Get the Queen of Wands overturned. Motivation, passion, short-lived, burning itself out and defending oneself. The past, and we get this tug of war here, and then moving forward. So the sun card, full illumination. Let's keep going to, let's find out. So do they think he's gone too far? I think this term was supposed to be more like the first term, but something looks like it's gone wrong. Do they think he's gone too far? Can you show me these outcome cards? Can you show me a new plan? Okay, working quickly for a new plan. Do they think this has gone too far? Nine of Pentacles, gain. So they've gained with him. Prince of Swords, there's a truth here. And then we get interference. Okay, so, and the Knight of Coins, and the Hermit here, isolation. Okay, so you could see something released about him that you might think, oh, that journalist was good. But it actually could be a planted story. I think they think he's going too far. Let's see if he'll start a trade war. And of course you had people like Lindsey Graham appearing on talk shows, not defending his pardoning of January 6 rioters. Okay, so do these hidden powers intend? Okay, let's just see. What will he be removed from power at any time? Will he be removed from power? He thinks he's got power, but in actual fact, I see a mountainside, and it's just like an avalanche type thing. The sun is behind the mountain. Show me. Okay. Will he be removed from power, or something unexpected occurring? Will he be removed from power or something unexpected? What can you show me about this? Will he be removed from power? I know this is a bit out there, this reading. The Devil reversed. Their attachment to him is finished. We get the King of Wands stepping forward bravely. The Ace of Cups is here again. The seed has failed to take. We get an inevitability in the past with judgment and isolation, withdrawing away from him. No charity. His cruelty is the purpose. The past is here, his past, and I did see the Wheel of Fortune change. Will he be removed? The Ten of Cups, the voters, and we get this Three of Pentacles coming in. It's like dark money. His ship is not coming in, and we get the Queen of Wands, and she does let something out of the bag, and victory. It's possible that there is a plan to perhaps get someone that they can control. I think he's overreached. Okay, these are for entertainment purposes only. They may or may not be correct, but I've got this feeling there is a sentiment or a underlying thread here that many people feel he's gone too far and he's unchecked. Well, that's what you did. That's what you voted for him for. But he thinks he's got power over them, they, the elites, the oligarchs. However, I see that slippery slope. It's like the pebbles are breaking. There's no way anyone can stand solidly on a slope that is that perilous. All right, let's see if he'll start. Well, he's already started the trade war. Will the trade war widen? What can you show me about that? Will the trade war widen? A false person. There's a false person here. And the devil card. I actually think, I'll put these down for a minute, I actually think that he is not just mad for entertainment purposes only. I actually feel that he is actually evil. And I don't say that lightly because I don't brand people good or evil. It's all about reincarnation and what you're here to learn. But I feel that he has taken a pathway in this lifetime where cruelty and retribution could have been avoided, but he's chosen that dark, very dark pathway. Okay, we'll do the terrible stuff and we'll get on to the what's the world going to do about it questions. But right now, will the trade war that he started widen? 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 So there's something new being born. The Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is loss, but also moving away from that loss as well, and secrets. Something that we can't see here. And so if I look down the future pathway, I talk about the order being remade, the multipolar world growing, and this is a time of great change. Something is being hidden from our view. The Ten of Wands, the end of an old cycle. The Ace of Cups, something that has failed to germinate. No charity, cruelty is the only way forward. But it's also something around debt and strategically not buying US debt. So there's a lot of things that can be an answer here. You can kind of see that I don't want to say he's like a toddler, but the angry toddler, let alone in the room, that wrecks everything. And then the adults come in and start to clean up and discipline. Justice is coming here. The Prince of Pentacles reversed. It's going to cost financially, and it's going to speed up, unfortunately. He's going to speed up this trade war. The Four of Wands in the hopes and fears that, just ease up, hurting our allies. The Three of Cups, circles of support. Yes, it is going to. And it's a really incompetent action. We get the Lovers, and then we get the Three of Wands, the ship not coming in. I said that this would be a failed term. MAGAs are going to feel it in the hip pocket. These cards simply reinforce that. There's China and Japan offloaded US debt just after the election. And so, or treasury bonds. There's going to be more of this. There's going to be pockets. You're seeing the rise of BRICS. BRICS has a combined gross domestic product of 36%. The G7, led by the US, has a combined gross domestic GDP, gross domestic product measure of a country's wealth of 28, I think it's 28. or is it 26%? 26 to 28%. So these actions, this instability, this chaos is just hastening the rise of other powers, but also remaking. So yes, the trade war is going to, and over the next week to two, is going to really accelerate, and countries will take their own actions. Okay, so let's go to Greenland. I mean, he had this call with the Danish Prime Minister. He basically said, we're going to take it. It's not his to take. All right, so, and I feel that this will split NATO down the middle, and I feel Europe will break away from the US before his term is finished. Would Trump invade Greenland? And you had China saying that they will defend, basically, other countries' sovereignty. I know that's ironic given the Taiwan situation, that they would support the World Health Organization, and you get people, billionaires within America, making up US Mike Bloomberg, making up US contribution to climate change in the Paris Agreement. You get people acting outside of F-47, and that's why that hermit is always reversed. So, will he invade Greenland? God help us if he does. Will he invade Greenland? Will he invade Greenland? Will he invade Greenland? I mean, Russia and China won't. The star card is hope, and then we get the Queen of Cups. Nurturing oneself, self-care. The Princess of Swords, a truth coming out. The Princess of Wands, a lot of talk in the past about it. The Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. It's looking like the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, it's looking like he does intend to acquire Greenland. The Danes have said they're not selling. Greenland has said, we don't want to be part of the US. I don't know that it's successful in the here and now, but that wasn't my question. The Hanged Man, pausing something. And then when they get the Eight of Pentacles, no, I don't think he is. No. But we get a truth coming out, and the courts here. I don't think he's going to military invade Greenland, but it's possible that he does proceed with tariffs on Denmark. Let's see, is he going to proceed? The Hierophant. He might even take, I don't know, there's something legally he's trying to do. Will he impose sanctions on Denmark? He's threatened to do that. Will he impose sanctions on Denmark? Will he impose sanctions on Denmark? Ten of Swords, failure to end something, and the Death card, the end of something. Something gets taken out of his hand. The Prince of Pentacles, instability. Just like the Six of Pentacles comes up all the time. Helping hand being withdrawn. The High Priestess, there's something here we can't see. The Sun card, I think he does proceed with it. The Four of Pentacles, freeing something up, but incompetence all the time. It's like immaturity and incompetence. The Nine of Pentacles in the hopes and fears, having everything that one needs. And the Seven of Swords, lies, deceit. Appealing to trying to make a deal, and the King of Wands, lawmakers and immaturity. I think somehow he stopped. I'm not sure why. Guardrails and boundaries, and the truth, and the Ace of Wands, new plans, passion, motivation, new plans. Two aces. Somehow he stopped. I'm not quite sure what happens there. Let's have a look. Maybe he gets threatened by I don't know. Maybe the Congress finally says, pull your head in. I don't know, but something's going to occur there to stop this going too much further. Okay, so does NATO... pardon me, does the EU start its own defensive bloc without the US? What can you show me? Does the EU start? They're looking at something right now. Does the EU start its own defensive bloc? It's clouded. I can't really see too far. Does the EU start its own defensive bloc without the US in a diplomatic way? Does the EU start its own defensive bloc without the US? Then we've got the Lovers card here, which is relationships. That's my signifier, and moving out of troubled waters. The World card, something ends and something begins. I don't really need to go any further. Death is in the end of something is in the past. We're talking about going forward in the future. Princess of Pentacles, the beginnings of something new. We have the Prince of Cups, a deal. The King of Wands stepping forward bravely. We get the Four of Wands reuniting. This would include the UK. The Five of Cups in the hopes and fears, facing the loss. Princess of Wands, yeah. In some way, there's the King of Pentacles. And then we get the Strength card here. And the Hierophant. And the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. The Hierophant is institutions. There's something, I think, new that starts as a way to push back. Could even be couched as I don't know, I see what's going on here. Am I reading this correctly? Do they start some kind of organisation? There's financial commitments within this organisation. It's done diplomatically, but the real intention, it's clouded, is to break away, to give themselves more options. Am I reading this correctly? Is that correct? Princess of Wands. We'll hear about it, but it's couched as something differently. They want stability. We get the Hermit, isolation, and with, moving away from the US. And then we get Victory. I'm afraid that, Eight of Pentacles, maturity, working on something, starting something new. And we get Two of Swords, decision made and peace achieved. And the Strength card, the Nine of Wands, boundaries restored. Ooh. This is going to go in the same way, much the same way as I saw it straight after the election. Okay, all right, let's get, yes, it's couched as I don't quite know how to explain it. It's like could even be a trade organisation that they start or solidify that actually looks at defence as well, so as not to be so overt, but in actual fact it's breaking away from the US. Much won't go according to his plan. Much will, but much won't too. Okay, where do I want to go now? Let's go internally to the US. Okay, so with the cabinet nominations, I said, unfortunately, Hegseth, even though he's not qualified and he's wrong for the job, utterly, morally wrong for the job, according to the accusations, they would confirm him, and they did. Tulsi Gabbard will struggle, but I think she gets a pat on the wrist and brought through. Kennedy is the big struggle street. Now let's look at Kash Patel. Kennedy might struggle to be confirmed, and I see a flank coming from Mitch McConnell against him. and it's based on the vaccine. So don't underestimate McConnell, who was the archenemy previously, using his power still to push back against Kennedy. It's going to be a struggle for him to get confirmed. But let's look at Kash Patel. He's got a fairly murky kind of history. He compiled an enemies list. He's going to head up the FBI if he's confirmed. This is the one the Democrats have held. It's they're going to bring out the big guns with Patel. Will Kash Patel be confirmed as head of the FBI? Will Kash Patel be confirmed as head of the FBI? They're scouring through for scandal. There could be a court case. I don't know why I'm saying this, but there could have been involved in a court case in the past that we don't know about. All right, let's see. Will Kash Patel be confirmed? I just want a few cards. Four of Cups, disappointment, but one cup remaining, and then reversed. It's like they're pulling something out. This could be in relation to January the 6th as well. The Tower card is there. We get lack of wisdom, lack of immaturity, lack of maturity, emotional volatility. The Empress card in the past, abundance. Is there something financially? He's benefiting financially in some way. The Four of Swords is retreat, but then reversed is moving forward. The Queen of Swords, lack of logic, lack of planning, lack of strategic planning. These are terrible cards. This is a battle royale. The Nine of Pentacles, there's a financial issue here for him as well. The Seven of Cups is lost, but then reversed, it's getting through, and we get the Republicans coming together, perhaps three of them to try. I don't know, because here we have the Three of Swords, but then we've got the Chariot. Okay, so there's a mixture of yes and no cards here. Moderation. Okay, let's have a clarification here. The Seven of Cups tells me if it was not reversed, I would say he might struggle. These are only clarifications. The Three of Swords is a no card, but it could mean that we are the ones that are deflated when he does get confirmed. The Chariot it's a rocky ride with him. But then we get withdrawal, isolation, withdrawal. Does he get confirmed? Can you show me this clearly, please? The Hierophant, courts. Yeah, there's a court matter here. And we get the Two of Cups, a deal being done. And the Ace of Swords, the truth coming out. We've got something major. And then the Three of Pentacles again. We've got something major coming out. The Priestess, we're going to hear about it. There's a financial matter, but there's a matter involving the courts, also January 6th. So they've got really bad, they've got the goods on him, the Democrats. They're going to bring it out. It's so controversial. But again, it could be like Hegseth. Absolutely the wrong person for the job, scandal-ridden, but he goes through anyway. Kennedy's the one I think that will struggle, but I don't know, Kash Patel might too. One last reading. I'll switch decks. I was using the Cosmic Tarot, the Thoth deck. Now I'm going to use the Rider-Waite. One last reading. Show me Trump's F-47's mental health. Show me his mental health. The King of Swords, lack of planning and lack of strategy is what I'm seeing, because it's in the Thoth deck. It's the Prince of Swords, but they are like the Kings. No planning, no strategy. Show me his mental health. Show me his mental health. I get harvesting. Reaping what you sow, and then the harvest being... Why are you showing me grape harvesting? California, what he's doing to his base in California. There are several seats there that are important to him. The farmers. In such a short time, he has peeved, and that's a mild word, so many people off. But I didn't ask that. Show me his mental health. Show me F47's mental health. So we get circles of support, moving out of troubled waters here. There are moves, banding together, moving, coming together, fragmentation, coming together in unity here to move out of this storm. We get restriction to restrict him. There are moves right now to restrict him. The Page of Swords. I don't know where they're coming from, but if they're not going to work, they will look at other means. He is not omnipotent. The Page of Swords, spies in the camp, the truth emerging. I said, show me his mental health. Strategy and planning here. We saw the lack of it. We get moneyed interests here in the present. And then the World card. Endings and new beginnings. I go back to the beginning of this reading about the world order. The Voter in the hopes and fears. This is a lame duck president, and we get greed and corruption. Greed, corruption, but it's also addiction. Addiction, show me his mental health. Drunk on power, the Emperor. And we get anxiety, but anxiety either worsening or, clarity. Okay. So he's confused. There's a confusion here. And we get the clarity, the Ace of Swords, the clarity, but then the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. He's just not up to the task. He intellectually, the immaturity is, it's more than immaturity. It's like diminished capacity. I want to say diminished capacity. Okay, temperance and moderation. And moving forward, instability. There are a lot of people concerned and worried about what he's doing and how he's doing it. The overreach and the quickness of the instability. It's like destruction. It's like destruction, and that's because of what's going on with him internally. All right. That's it. Thanks for joining in. Bye for now. Oh, also, I want to say, before I leave, my book is due out in 2 days, on the 28th of January. I'll leave some links where you can purchase them in the pinned comment. I'm so proud of it. The publisher, O-Books, have done such a beautiful, beautiful job. I'm going to be on with Linda G. On the 29th of January, 28th for you guys, the day of the publication, and we're going to be talking about the book and other things. So, Revealing Light, How Cancer Illuminated My Divine Blueprint, is on sale now. You can pre-order it, and then it's released in the next couple of days. Thank you all for those that have already done so. You didn't have to, but you did, and I'm so grateful for that. It basically tells the story of my journey through cancer, but the opening up of my psychic gifts. We look at some astrology around my illness and tarot through the lens of health, moving on from survivor's guilt, and it's basically a spiritual memoir, and how latent gifts were brought forward and my blueprint revealed. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'll be back again soon. Bye for now.